But like when I see people on Facebook write a post like, if you're going to post about this or if you're going to say that and blah, 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 I'm going to delete you and I'm going to unfriend you because I don't need to see that in my feed. And it's like, who made you the queen of the universe? Like, Facebook is not yours. Mark Zuckerberg didn't show up at your house and say, for you. You know, like, it's not like, keep scrolling. It takes like 0.5 seconds to just ignore what somebody said.
Do you think we are a culture that values boundaries?
Values them?
Yeah.
I think it depends on what you're talking about.
In general, we're going to go general. We can go really close in if you want, and then just offer what it is you want to go.
Well, that's an interesting question to me because I feel like maybe we used to be a culture that valued boundaries, but now I don't think so. And I think, obviously, the internet has a lot to do with that. Because there were, I remember growing up feeling like there were clear boundaries.
Yeah.
Whether that was a good or a bad thing, I don't know. I think when people felt like maturing meant putting all these filters on, it's very obvious to me by a lot of behavior online that people felt very oppressed by that.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like this overcompensation.
Right.
Beyond belief.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be something more in the middle. Now there's a lot more access, and I think it's a tremendous amount of responsibility how you use it.
Totally.
Because people use it so negatively a lot. But it doesn't have to be like that.
Well, we've also done the other thing with the internet, which has gone to the other extreme, where people say, you don't do this, you don't talk about this, you don't say this, you don't do that.
There's a lot of like policing.
A lot of, and from like people who shouldn't be policing. Do you know what I mean?
But I think that shows an inherent insecurity.
Yes, I think when people say, I don't want to see your grief on Facebook, or I see too much grief on Facebook, or I don't want to see your pain, or I want to see your pain. Either way you kind of go with it, either side that kind of slides to, it's still very much telling about that person who's saying it.
I think there's a lot of things that people just didn't talk about. And now everybody's talking about it, so it can create a lot of like controversy and like uncomfortable feelings and people needing to be right, and it's, a lot of people are horrified. I've been really horrified by all the stuff I've read recently. Like the people I thought I even knew, and then you read some Facebook post and you go,
right.
What? Wow, and I'm sure conversely people feel that way. Right. So
yeah.
But at least it's being discussed. There are so many things that are on the front page that would never have been on the front page. Not to mention national news or being talked about around the world.
Right.
So I do think that's a step in the right direction. Like that's my feeling on it. Like at least the conversation is being had, but of course it's going to be clunky. This is like hundreds of years of bullshit. Like all like finally really being discussed or starting to be really discussed. Where everybody feels like they at least have a voice.
I think we need more anger in this country. We need more outrage, like genuine anger that takes form and creates action. Because otherwise we're just talking about what upsets us and what we think, and more people are just going to keep dying because we have sent the message that it's okay for you to hate people, that it's almost your right in this country to have an opinion that another life doesn't have the same value as yours, or that another marriage isn't, as honest or real as yours.
But that's like decades and decades and hundreds of years of people purposely making other people those people.
Right,
so
right.
That you won't see them as fully human, developed beings.
Right.
I mean, that's how war works.
Yeah.
The enemy become these non-human entities.
Mm-hmm.
So you can shoot them.
Right.
So I feel like in a lot of ways it's the same thing.
Completely.
When you look at like Ferguson or whatever,
mm-hmm.
there are a lot of people who have these strong opinions. It's interesting to me that people can get pissed off about a football game
and set shit on fire.
Yes, but protesting
the loss of a human life.
Thugs.
Well, it is, and so the subtext is, well, they kind of deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
That's always the subtext.
Because they're wild.
Right.
They can't get it together, but
And they always means black people, or let's say
or
gay people, or Hispanics, or whatever. They always have like if we are a collective, then that means when half, like a good amount of this collective isn't doing well, the rest of us have to get together and figure out what to do to help get those people up to the same place that the rest of us are at, because that can only benefit all of us. And so there's like a lot of like this narcissism, this ego, because like then you die. So you spend your whole life building an empire, crushing people, and then you just drop dead? That seems unrewarding in some way.
But that's the thing. People keep talking about the system is broken, the system is broken, the system is broken. But I read a blog recently that hit the nail on the head. No, this was always the system. That's what it is.
Right. People aren't here. Like
it didn't break. It started that way.
Yeah. Half the people I know are like, the sky is falling, right? Then the other people are like, everything's going according to plan. And I don't really believe either one of those things are necessarily true. As a whole. No. Like there are giant holes in each of those things in my pattern of thinking. And then there are people who will say, well, when you reach a higher plane of intelligence, you'll understand this. Or when you come down to reality, you'll understand this. So everyone believes that whatever they're believing in is somehow the ultimate truth. Do you believe there is a finite amount of truth about anything?
No.
Yeah, neither.
I don't even think that makes any sense.
But it's what we're based on.
Of course, because
there's a God, he's this, it's like this, and this is that.
It's scary not to know.
But I think we all know we all don't know. I really have a theory that underneath it all, we all fucking know we don't fucking know
I think
nothing.
that's why there's so much outrage.
Yes, me too. Because we're like, oh shit, we really don't know anything,
right.
you know?
What if it's all wrong?
What if it is? And I think I guess this is all wishing, not I think. I wish more people had a moment where they were like, wow, this like kid gets shot. This is his family. This is his life. He's gone.